Welcome back to the Baird YouTube channel. We are in Algonquin Park. We're doing some ice out brook trout fishing. Yeah! Beauty fish. Ruby red meat. We're also going to be targeting lake trout. We're going deep into the backcountry for about an 8-day trip. Unreal! It's going to be tough, but it's going to be beautiful. I'm here with my brother, Jim Baird Adventurer.
There we go.
And his trusty dog, North. Let's do it. Well, we are just cruising across this big lake here. And we got a tailwind, which is nice, but it's a little bit sketchy, I'm not gonna lie. Getting surfed a little by the waves, but it looks like the wind's gonna stay low enough for it to be manageable, and we have just almost zipped right across this lake. With any luck, we might actually have a fish in the pan for dinner tonight. There's a section of river where we're gonna loop back through to our starting point.
Yeah, we're heading for that little island off the point. Yeah. A little break from the wind and waves in the lee of this island. It's snowing. Pretty heavily too. Algonquin Park to this day is still one of the top 10 trout fisheries in all of Ontario. A lot of trout lakes side by side and all around, which is very unique. Pretty special place, and we feel pretty privileged to be in here fishing for these wild native brook trout. Approaching the portage here. We have two today. We're camping at the base of the next one, but this one is just under a kilometer, so pretty big one.
So on the way back from trip number 1, and pretty nice trail. Kind of a pretty section. Look at that. I think that's spit up from an owl or an eagle. Probably caught a snowshoe hare. Ate it on this stump and kind of regurgitated all the hair and stuff right there. Pretty cool.
I don't want to fall down there. Come on, in the boat.
See what we got going on here.
Yeah, pretty good. Fall fish.
Yeah, it's a fall fish. Fatty. Woo.
Oh, moving water is so fun. That's not a keeper. It feels so good to be on the river. There's something so invigorating about a little moving water, and it just seems so peaceful and untraveled here. Just one portage away now that we're in the back country.
Got a fish. What is it?
Yeah! Take Brookie! I almost lost it.
Look at that beauty fish. Wow.
Well, it sounds like Ted's got a brook trout. Bald eagle feather. Caught a tank brookie and found a bald eagle feather. That, my friends, is good medicine.
More than 2 pounds for sure.
Yeah. God, it looks huge.
Look at how beauty that fish is. Unreal.
Leave the bald eagle feather. We're where somebody else can see it. Whoa, Ted just lost another nice one. I better get over there.
Save some fish for me. Yeah, so they're hitting like here, where this water slows down. As it turns out, it is probably too late to continue fishing here, unfortunately. So even though the bite is on, it's late in the day and we still have to do another portage, but there's like a 20-pounder in there. Just cruising past a section of really pretty red pines, rugged rocks, waterfalls coming down, and as soon as we just did one portage, we are just isolated. You got to do your work to get in. You can't fly float planes in here or anything like that. So it's a world-class brook trout fishery in a world-class park. Should be getting close now. Well, we are at camp here. Just beautiful flat spots here. Really nice fireplace here. Looks like there's plenty of wood around, not a very used site. Little trail back to the Thunderbox, I guess, and we'll put in our boats right there in the morning. Can't ask for much more. One of my goals for the trip was to catch a brook trout, check, and catch one that was at least 3 pounds. I don't have a scale and I don't have a tape measure. So what am I thinking? Anyway, what I'm gonna do is measure it out on the paddle, and when I get home, I'm gonna check that measurement and look up the chart to see what that would approximately weigh. Middle of the sea, if you bend the tail, but this way, middle of the H. You're supposed to measure around it too. Yeah, maybe I'll have a hottie tea. Delicious. Look at that. Steaming right off the grill. So exciting. I'm gonna have my first bite. See, it just peels right off the ribs like that. And so that's why when you cook it like that, you don't waste any meat at all. Mmm. Good. I wasn't even sure if we'd get into any brook trout today. I didn't believe it. Like, I thought it was gonna be like a fall fish or sucker or bass. And I saw it, I'm like, oh my God, it's a giant. I missed it with the net, finally got it, and as soon as I did, it came off the hook, so I was kind of lucky. Jim found a bald eagle feather, the white feather of the tail. Very good omen for the days ahead. Nice campsite, beautiful scenery. It's been an awesome day sitting here at the crackling campfire, cooking wild, world-class brook trout in a world-class park. Super fortunate. I'm gonna finish eating this and go to bed. Looking forward to tomorrow. Fingers crossed we see a moose.
Good morning. Bye-bye.
Good morning, everyone. We got about a kilometer portage around a series of chutes and rapids. Hopefully slam some fish there. Not that far to travel, but we have a 3.6 kilometer portage after that, which is quite daunting. It looks like it might be a nice area to see moose. It looks like it could be in a nice area to catch fish. We've never been to this part of the park that we're going to. We'll see. Hopefully we get onto some more of those tank brookies. Still plenty of time to catch the world record. Not too hot, just perfect right now. Just gonna enjoy the stretch of the river here, take a few casts. It's at the base of the rapid where we camped. Rocky.
Well, no takers there. Looked like a good spot, but yeah, it could just be that pinched between two big drops, so maybe not too many fish hang up in between this and the next drop, but we're going to be portaging around a waterfall soon, and we think maybe at the base of that it'll be a little better, so start moving.
An old abandoned train trestle. Not in use anymore, but pretty cool. It's approaching the portage. Hooray! Still snow. That was a pretty tiring one. A lot of uphill, pretty bony rock. And just to start the day, you're a little bit stiff. It's nice to get it over with.
Wally diver. That looks like that's been floating around for a long time. I'll take it. Actually, if you hook a fish you want to release and it's too deep, you're better to cut the line and just let that rust out, and the fish likely can still live rather than trying to rip the hook out of it. Hey Ted, what? There's a huge fish tail over here and a bald eagle feather from an immature bald eagle. Just pounded a fish right here. Looks like a pike. Bald eagle has devoured a very large fish right beside this rapid. Beautiful day, beautiful stretch of river. Just looking at these white pines. And white pines are my favorite tree because of their dramatic shape. They're not cone shaped like most conifers are, and that's because the way they grow. Each year they'll grow a separate branch out of the top, and then the prevailing northwest wind will essentially shape that branch. And next year another branch will grow and it'll be shaped. So you can actually use the top of a white pine sometimes to tell direction, because the prevailing winds blow from the northwest, which means they point southeast.
This looks like there's like a covered beach here and maybe a trail. I bet you this is it.
Well, we're just pulling up here because we've heard that there's a spring, and when you're doing a lot of portaging like this, you need a lot of water.
I can hear it flowing underground. Yeah, there's a spring. Here it is. So this is a natural spring that just wells up from the groundwater, and it appears here. Pretty cool. There's just woods after here. Someone actually put a little pipe in there, probably for later in the season, because the water wouldn't be flowing on top as often. A lot of the season, all you would have is this little pocket here with just water flowing over the ground. It's cool to see that. We all know there's groundwater, but to see it just kind of welling up out of nowhere, very cool.
So good. Got like a mineral water flavor to it almost.
So even though it's a park, some people still have a land lease and some cabins still left on this lake. Maybe they get in here by the old train rail bed. Who knows how often they visit. One time they were logging, there was a train, and now there's more canoes, but it's actually a lot more peaceful, even though some people still maintain their deeded access. Kind of cool, sort of jealous. Wish I had one of those camps.
Got one. I'm the tail dancer, so it's a bass, which is out of season. We're headed for like right here then, eh?
Just entering the Little Madawaska River, and we are going to be traveling upriver for quite a distance.
Looks like there's a good bit of current we're gonna have to fight, but enough water that we don't have to get out and drag.
Navigating upriver here, things are going pretty good. It's a pretty strong current, but we're managing it. The double blade helps a lot with that. We're just approaching a beaver dam, and we're hoping maybe there's some trout hung up at the base of it. But this time of year there's also like a sucker run and spawn, so maybe we'll see some of those. It's often really cool to see. Unfortunately, the beaver dam's broken, which makes it easier to pass, but not very good for fishing.
Here's the portage, Ted.
We're gonna carry the bags first so we can kind of scout it as we go, and if it looks navigable, maybe we'll take the boat up and we'll be able to paddle a section, but we're gonna just start. Hopefully it's good. Wish us luck, because this is a long one. 3.6 kilometers. Jim found a snake. Common garter snake. Very harmless snake. Always nice to see. Just probably up relatively recently from hibernating. Look at all this chaga here. It's a kind of fungus that is extremely high in antioxidant and a lot of cancer fighting properties. It's shown to kill cancer in like mice and stuff like that, so promising, but definitely a sacred medicinal for a lot of people, and just a healthy one too. A little wasp nest. Looks like we made it about a third of the way. The map is wrong, the portage started back here. So the river is looking better for fishing. Shallower, rocky, wider. But yeah, wading up it would have been the wrong choice. We actually are crossing a logging road, not open to the public, so we're having a look at it here. We'll get this over soon, and hopefully there'll be some fish near our camp. We just found this martin box for trapping, and it's right along the road, so pretty convenient for somebody to just whip in on a snowmobile and put a martin box there. It looks like it was put in this year too, so possibly indigenous people are allowed to. I'm not sure. Still no bugs, thankfully. Warren here from when the water comes up. That's a big old cedar. Oldest tree, I believe, in Canada is a cedar, and it's actually in a park in Ontario. The beaver's been active here. Chewing down all these trees. Oh my goodness. Just taking a bit of a break here. We've been going for maybe 2 hours on this portage, leapfrogging back and forth about a third each time. Probably about 1.25 kilometers still to go. Oh my goodness. Thankfully the trail is really nice and it's pretty flat for the most part, but it's tough going. Nice. The rapids are kicking up a nice, beautiful smell of the water. That mixed with the pines. Massive piece of chaga there. Last trip here. Thankfully our camp is right at the end. Hopefully it's nice. Maybe there'll even be a spot to catch a fish. It's not over yet.
Holy shit, we're done.
God. We finished the portage and you don't see the campsite, which is literally marked directly across. So we're gonna go check, but I wonder if someone took down the campsite sign. Most dangerous one is the lack of the portage sign here. You can see where it was. And if you're coming down river, you go around the corner, there's just a waterfall. So gotta be careful. Hopefully we find this campsite. Feel like that might be it. I don't know. This has got to be it. I think so. There's like what looks like the remnants of a campsite sign. Going out to scout this campsite is. It's got to be up here, but looks like someone tore down the sign. That's it there. But yeah, yo, someone ripped the sign down.
I wonder if someone ripped all the signs down on here.
That's a portage though.
Oh, we have to portage up to the site?
It's pretty far.
Son of a bitch.
We found the site. Yeah.
Yeah. You want to jinx this? Yeah. Feel it.
Yeah. Oh boy.
All right, we got spicy grilled chicken curry, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, there's me hiking just the endless abyss portage trail. Just looks like it's never ending, sort of like if you're trying to circumnavigate Mars. That's how it felt today. There was me. Jim's back here somewhere with blown out hamstrings. Anyway, let's get into it. Circumnavigate Mars? That's what it looks like. Look at this.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta remember to take that thing out, because you don't want to eat that, and you definitely don't want to eat it and then poo it out. We're gonna add 2 cups, perfectly measured out here. 1, a bit more for good luck. 2, seal it, and then shake it like a salt shaker. Shake it like a salt shaker. Shake it for $1, 5 or 10. Shake it like a salt shaker. You guys know that one, the Yin Yang Twins? Look it up if you don't. All right, and then you let that sit, and then you get into it. Let's have a look here. Doesn't look good, but it actually is quite good. A little too much water in here, but that's fine because I kind of want to just drink it out of the bag. Well, it has been an awesome day. One section was walking up the river and you could just smell the churning water. It smells so good and clean. The smell of the pines when the sun would hit them and the needles mixed with that water, you can't beat it. It's stopping by just a natural spring where that groundwater is just welling up out of the ground. And sitting here, the almost deafening sounds of those spring peepers, they're like little frogs that come out in the spring, and they make that sound that you're hearing now in the background. When you go down near the water, it's like a symphony of them. It's always such a welcome sign of spring. Didn't get any trout today, but in the days ahead we're getting more remote, deeper into trout country. We should get into some just excellent brook trout and lake trout fishing as well. And hopefully maybe see some wildlife. Feeling pretty fortunate, and we're just gonna tuck into the tent and catch you in the morning. Good morning, North. It looks like you found a perfect little dry lair. North, you patrolling the wood?
Coffee.
Good morning. Is a wet one today. One of those days where it just looks like it's gonna rain and rain. We're both pretty sore from yesterday. My ankle is like all swollen. Hoping as I move it, it kind of warms up and starts working better. Decent distance to paddle and some pretty long portages, and the trip's gonna get a little easier. With any luck, we'll have some brook trout in the pan for dinner tonight. On the water.
Far way to go upriver travel here. It's gonna make the portage seem easy. Yeah, you always gotta think of the positive. Taking a couple casts where I'm waiting for Ted. Yes, baby. Brook trout. I'm gonna let it go.
Jim caught a brook trout, didn't keep it, but that is a very good sign.
I should have kept it as borderline, but it was catching nothing, and then I put a worm on.
This reminds me of the Nipissing days for sure. Just did this all day.
Long way to go until we get to a part of our trip where we're going to be able to take it a little more easy and focus more on fishing. We're actually coming up to an area here where there are signs of alpine glaciation. Not continental glaciation from when the ice sheets covered the continent, but alpine glaciation from when these hills here in the Canadian Shield used to rival the Himalayas 400 billion years ago, which is pretty cool.
400 billion, eh?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Got one. First cast.
No, that's snagged. Yeah, lost it.
Ooh, really colorful one. Not pretty though. Let him go. See you, bud. Good thing about brook trout too is that even if it's a little fish, it's still a good fish. Oh, that was a good hit. This one's teeny. That guy grow. Oh. Got one. This one's pretty decent. Just loading in here on little ones. Beautiful. Better to cast up the current. That's a natural way that like insects would be floating down it. Well, we better move on. Caught 4 here. We'll get into some bigger ones in the bigger lake. There might be the odd tank in here too. In general, they seem to be plentiful but small, so that's awesome.
That was a bungle for old Ted. I'm like, oh, I think I want to take a cast here. That was a smart move. Got a bite, but then Jim caught one, and I'm like, all right, I want some video of it, and paddled over. I didn't get the video, then I cast, snag, broke my line, lost my lure. Didn't catch one. He's already caught 5 today. And I've had a few bites, but nothing in the boat.
Nice! And heart attack.
I've decided not to wear my waders today like a dummy, so I better be able to get up these beaver dams in this current, or else I'm gonna regret what I've done. Definitely very untraveled section of the park, that's for sure. Only one campsite through this entire stretch until the end of the next portage we're gonna do, so it's good and bad. It's like, it'd be good to have another site, but at the same time, it's like, definitely keeps it less traveled.
Got one. Keeper.
Look at those colors. Wow, how beautiful. So Jim has just caught another brook trout. That's 6 today. And there's not even one fish in the boat for old Ted.
Yep.
Oh, it's a big one.
Oh, nice. Not big.
Nice little guy. Are these ever pretty fit? It's a little one.
Ted is on the board today.
Yep. Beautiful fish. Yep. So many little ones, eh? Like if we get into the rapids a bit, there might be some bigger ones held there. Yeah! I managed to get 3 small little brookies. I didn't keep any because they're all quite little. I'm hoping to get something a little bigger of size. Happy to catch a few, and nice to let them go too. This is starting to look like the wrong river. Yeah. We just made the mistake of taking the wrong branch and paddling up the wrong river. A couple kilometers. We're like, shouldn't we got the portage? Like, this doesn't make sense. Why is the river getting so narrow? It was like, no, that little creek's too small. Like, we probably couldn't paddle up that. It can't be. But sure enough, here we are, and just added over an hour probably to our day. Now it's noon and we already would have been started the portage by now a while ago. So foolish.
Yeah, we should have known.
It's like a little deceiving because the little Mazawaska gets all narrow.
Yeah. Now we've gotten to explore up Old Camp Creek. The joys of it.
Well, we've made it back to the proper branch of the river. This is where it was. We're supposed to take this channel and we went up that channel. Kind of easy mistake to make because this is more narrow. We're paddling against the current, so we're like, oh, let's take the less current route. And it just took us the wrong way. Particularly easy in this stretch because it's just this wide marsh and like there's just branches all over the place. Especially at this time of year when the water's high. there's multiple options.
Well, we have finally got to the portage after beasting upriver. Lost about an hour going the wrong way. It's like 1:15 already, so we're quite concerned that we might not make it to our final destination again today, but
I think we'll do it. Should be all right.
this portage is 1085, so we'll call it basically 1.1 kilometers. We're here. We did it.
Back for our second trip. First one went pretty quick, but my left foot, like, quite painful, and the front of my right ankle, the same thing, feeling swollen, kind of locking up, unflexible, and it's actually really hurting. I've never really had this before. I didn't like twist an ankle or like fall or anything, so it's just kind of a strange strain, and there's a lot more portaging on this trip. Concerning.
Usually Ted's right behind me. I'm worried that he's gotten hurt and that his ankle injury is too bad for him to travel.
Yeah, dude, it's so weird. I don't know what's up. I should have put it. Tortilla with some peanut butter, tortilla, and we're gonna get back on the water.
Come on, in the boat. Atta boy. Oy, oy.
It's almost 3 o'clock, so pretty late.
It's nice to see a lake after all that slogging.
Nice pretty lake, maybe about 3 kilometers across. Thankfully it's not windy. Should be relatively smooth sailing getting across. It'll be a nice campsite there. When the water level comes down, there's probably a gorgeous beach all along here. Unfortunately, the rain has started up again. Feels like I'm paddling in the clouds a bit. Blasted through Phillip Lake there. Bit of a tailwind, was great. Headed back up river. Yeah.
Just be nice to get one more keeper here, no? Oh, there it is. Hello, beautiful. Pretty freaking small though. All right, should we go?
I guess so. It's too bad, like, we can't just beast up there, but worried about my foot a bit, and the time it's 4.
4, yeah.
It's probably gonna take us till 6.
Rolling into camp just before dark in a panic again.
Yeah.
I know, that sucks. Well, there's just a little honey hole around the corner, we think, at the base of the rapid we're about to portage around, but we just don't have time to fish it because it's already 4 o'clock, and we got a portage ahead of us, and then a couple little portages and upriver paddling in between them, and we're just thinking at best we're going to be struggling just to get to camp before dark here.
All right.
How long is this one? 1540?
Something like that.
Good God. An extra hour would be real nice.
That's cool. This birch started growing out of the top of an old stump, and then the stump has eroded away, exposing some of the roots of the birch. Crazy how dry the trunk of this cedar is despite all the rain. Good place to look for tinder for sure. For fire. Oh, it's 10 to 6. We took an hour and 50 minutes.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah. We couldn't have done that any faster.
Ideally, we would be at camp with a fire going. I'm absolutely soaked. We're gonna need to set up a tarp and try to dry out.
We got our work cut out for us to get us to camp before dark. Thankfully, these next ones are very short carries. Oh! Lost one. Yeah, it got off.
This is only 100 meters or 150 meters, which is nothing. When we get to the lake we're supposed to be on, we'll take the first sight we see and we'll get dried out. Still coming down. It's been raining for a long time. Oh man, beaver dam up here, brutal. Too shallow.
Well, we couldn't resist taking a couple casts here. Low charger on that. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one, buddy.
Keeper, nice colors on it. Yeah. Yeah.
We're eating fish tonight. I kept 2 and Ted caught 2 keepers, but we really shouldn't have taken the time to fish there because we still don't know exactly where we're going to camp, but tough to pass up such a beautiful spot.
I was feeling a little discouraged about the fish I caught, and now I'm feeling a little better, so that's good. And it is pretty late, so we should probably get the heck out of here.
We're gonna bang off the last portage of the day. We got a massive hemlock there.
Yes, Jim.
We made it to our lake, Ted. It's a thing of beauty.
I think we're gonna get there before dark. Look at this old logging chain. Crazy. We would have used that cable there. I must have had a big dam going all the way back a couple hundred meters. We're gonna jump on the first campsite we can. Should be the site here, yeah? Yeah, it is it. Looks beauty, dude. Yeah.
That is a beautiful site. We just rounded this point. We see a campsite, and it appears that nobody else is on this lake. Maybe there's somebody, but sure is quiet. Okay, nice.
There is our campsite. Yes. Beach. Nice opening. Awesome.
We've been rewarded, Ted.
So nice, dude. 7:48. We're early. We have arrived. What is it? You tell me. Look at this. Hey, North. Just right on the water. Beautiful spot. Look at that. Look at these benches here. All our hard work has paid off. Tons of spots for tents. Nice little thunder box back there. Looks brand new. Yes, paradise. Really? Still fishing right. Wow. It's time to eat my fish. There she is. Time for dinners. What a couple last days. They've been tough. The next few days ahead I don't think are going to be as tough. Maybe for the rest of the trip. We got some options on what we're going to do. We'll decide that in the morning. Awesome, we still managed to catch the fish we did, and despite the vigorous effort it took to get here and the relentless rain. It's been raining for like 30 hours now, I think, so hopefully it gets it all out overnight as we sleep. Feeling pretty good. My foot and ankle held up, which is great, and I'm sore, but I'm going to come back feeling in a lot better shape, and still a lot more time out here and potential to see some really cool stuff and catch some really big fish. There's lake trout and brook trout in this lake, and we're deep in the backcountry now, so I'm sure there's some giants out there lurking. Proud of ourselves for making it all the way here, so I will catch you in the morning. Hopefully we catch fish bigger than you. Good morning. North is here as the tax collector to collect the bacon tax. When the bacon comes out, this puppy starts looking. You gotta pay the tax before you start cooking. The rules are the rules and the facts are the facts. When the bacon comes out, you gotta pay the tax. The bacon tax, the bacon tax. Oh, good boy. Good. We can have safe passage on this lake. The tax is paid. Look how delicious that looks. I'm eating this off a dog-licked fish plate. Jim's got a GPS that actually tracks the weather, and it's at the rain is supposed to stop around 11. It's been raining, what, for like 40 hours straight? But the good news is we're not moving sites today, which is great because it's the perfect day for it. We did so much work to get here. This site is beautiful. The fishing's supposed to be great around here. And we got soaked gear that hopefully we can dry out maybe tonight. Just take some more time to explore with not such a vigorous pace. With any luck, we'll be frying up some trout for dinner tonight and get all our clothes nice and snugly warm. We're gonna get out and start fishing.
In the boat, come on, in the boat.
All right, we are on the water and we are taking the day to fish. It's nice to have camp set up or not really be pressured to make any time.
See that point? Might be pretty good. Beautiful, pristine backcountry lake here, which is awesome. You see all those sticks? They come into the water and there's some good structure with sticks and stuff like that under there. So that's a good place for brook trout. Got one here, got one! Good size. Woo! Yeah, tank! Woo!
Jim just got a nice brookie. Beauty.
Right off the
Yeah,
hop.
that's a nice one, dude. Oh yeah, that's a fatty. Beautiful.
Let's show you a close up there. Isn't that beautiful? Well, that didn't take long. Casting out, letting it sink for about 8 seconds, and then reeling, then letting it sink for 3 or 4 seconds again, and then reeling in, and boom, that's where I got the hit. Not bad for a midday fish. Down tree there, I'm gonna take a few casts. Basically, I'm just looking for structure underwater, logs, rocks, drop off as well. Yep, got another one. That guy's going back. I'm just sort of hiding out in the rocks and waiting for something to float over top, maybe.
Well, I think Jim's caught 2. I haven't even had a bite. Not sure if I'm really using the best lure. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Yep. Nice one. All right. There we go. Oh, a full fish. Fun to catch a fish, even though it's not the desired species. There we go. Is it a full fish or is it a brookie? What will it be? Another full fish. Just loaded with these things here. Back he goes. Woo! Only a matter of time till I get a brook trout. A branch this time.
There's kind of some shallows off this point where the fish could come feed. Got a nice one. Yep. We do a little shore launch.
Yeah, is it a brookie? It's a full fish. If there was a full fish in snag Olympics, I'd be a multiple gold medalist today. There are lake trout in here, but I feel like that'd be less likely the way I'm fishing. What will it be? I think it's another fall fish, but I can't be certain. Well, maybe it's a brook. Maybe it's pulling down. Oh. Laker! Yeah.
Ted just got a Laker. How did you catch that, Ted?
Just with dynamite.
Beauty, buddy.
That was one of my goals for the trip, was to catch a lake trout, and I have done it. Amazing.
And he caught it in this kind of back bay here. Not a typical lake trout looking spot, but that's just the beauty of springs. The lake trout kind of can go anywhere when the water's cold, and you can catch them in places where, you know, people on bass lakes would be casting for bass in the summertime.
I think we're gonna go back to camp, maybe have a fire and cook up fish, and then head back out maybe in the evening. That's usually when the bite picks back up again as well.
Not a bad catch. Look at that. Now you lost it. No one gets it, you dummies. The meat in that fish, isn't that epic?
Little snacky poo for lunch. We pulled over just at the right time because the rain picked up again, and it's looking like it's starting to clear up. Maybe for real this time, I don't know. Definitely not out of the woods with the rain yet, but it's promising. We just set up these drying racks here to help dry some of our soaked clothes while we go out fishing.
Working.
It's nice to warm up, have a little bite to eat, have a coffee, and now we're heading out for the evening bite.
Hey, we got a line in the water and we're trolling. Oh, got a fish. Feels like a tank.
Get the net!
Yeah! Tank brookie, baby.
Yeah, buddy. Nice brookie, Jim.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I just caught it on a small spoon there, a little Cleo. Yeah, brookie, baby.
Jim managed to land a nice one, which is great. I haven't caught a brook trout in this lake at all. So getting skunked here today for brook trout. Bunch of fall fish and a nice laker, but no brookies for me today. That's just the way she goes, I guess.
These loons are yelling at each other. There's two there. They were hanging out with me, and then two more came around the corner and they started doing that loud call back and forth. They would go, then the other ones would go, and they would go, then the other ones would go. Like almost like it's territorial.
It sure ended up being a beautiful evening. After 48 hours of freaking rain, it was tranquil, calm, glass lake. The loons singing, diving, fishing, and the blue skies rolling in.
It's got a black and white body, yellow breast, with a blaze orange neck. If you know what kind of bird that is, tell me in the comments.
Despite the harsh weather conditions, we gave it our all and we did pretty good. Jim's still poking around fishing. I'm just meandering back to camp. Very, very quiet, very peaceful.
bud.
Good, dude. Yum. The lake trout is actually very buttery but bland. They're both really good.
Pretty awesome day. It was cold and rainy. When that lifted finally, it created this really amazing sort of fog and mist evaporating off the pond, so slow and still. And as that happened, the loons just came out of the abyss, singing, fishing, and diving. We came up to our canoes. Both had an incredible experience. They're just such a wonderful bird and just so nostalgic for me. The campfire smoke poured down over the lake and just floated across the water, and then all of a sudden we got a colorful sunset, and it was a beautiful day. I'm going to just enjoy the campfire, and I'll catch you in the morning.
Morning to you, North. Everybody loves you.
Come on, everybody, get on the floor and let me hear that ferocious roar. Can you whip your tail like a dinosaur? Whip, whip.
The weather has broken and it is beautiful. The sun is hitting all the trees and there's a mist as that warmth hits the trunks and hits the forest floor, which is very, very welcome. So we got 3 portages today, and then we can take camp. We're probably gonna go after some brook trout, maybe at the inflow here. Shouldn't be too hard. We're gonna paddle from here across Hogan Lake into Lake Lemire, touch into Red Pine Bay here, which is burnt root. That's actually quite a hard day, so I take it back. Better pay the bacon tax. The bacon tax. The bacon tax. Good boy. Just about to head out, and really looking forward to today. Just so nice having this weather.
I took the hook off of this spinner and attached another clamp swivel underneath it, and 2 sinkers, so that's what I'm trolling with.
Got one. Got off.
Feels pretty good. What I caught. Freshwater mussel. You can't eat them, but you can get real sick from eating them, so I've heard some bad stories. A little excitement. Lake's beautiful. Weather's calm. Can't ask for better than this.
It's a little past the morning bite, I suppose, but just try our hand at this little tributary here.
I'm gonna creep in and throw my spinner in there. I might have just got a bite here, but it might have just been the log itself.
We are just about to exit Hogan Lake here. We put in a good effort trolling across. We stayed close to shore. We didn't hop way back in some of the bays and some islands that would have been nice to fish. We got to move on, but we didn't get anything today. Smells fishy, so maybe there'll be a few fish here, but is this ever pretty? Wow, I can see a beautiful falls. Oh yeah.
Yes, nice one.
I let it go.
Oh, there's one. First cast. Yes. What a beauty. There we go. Can go back. Oh, there we go. Another one right behind him. Oh, got off. It is loaded here. Look at them here, Ted. Oh my God, look at all of them.
Wow. Whoa.
Dude, look at this one. This one's, they're all huge. There we go. That one's gonna be kept. It is loaded here, baby.
I was mesmerized watching that and I snagged myself. Yeah! That ruby red meat.
Got a small one. Well, I think the fish are getting spooky. I could have caught more here, but I was trying to angle my lure towards a school of like 5 big ones that were just toying with me. They'd all come up and one of them would bite, the other one would bite, and then a smaller one would get it. And I'm looking down at like schools of like 10 beautiful chunky trout, man. That's what dreams are made of right here. Most of the fish are still there, but they're just not feeding, so probably because we just scared them. They know we're there. Unfortunately, we got to get going. It's time to bang off this portage.
We just caught a whole bunch of beautiful trout. It's warm, it's toasty, and things are looking up for us. Kept 2 nice little eaters for dinner. First frog of the season I've seen. Nice warm day, so I'm not surprised. The size of this hemlock here, I'd say that's probably an old growth. Very cool. These can be up to 800 plus years old. Wow, look at that. What a beauty. In the park here, there are some they've discovered, I think 400, 450. They get pretty big, but like the white pines around here get bigger and the red pines get bigger. But the eastern hemlocks live longer, so pretty cool. They have these really fine needles here. Put them on the fire, they crackle and pop. And this is balsam, which is soft and smells good. And that's a fir. The balsam don't get as big around here. They're like a first growth kind of tree. And then the trees that actually live the longest around here are the cedars. Here's one here. Well, they don't get as big either, but actually the oldest tree in Canada right now is a cedar. And it's in Ontario. It's not that big. It's growing like on the side of a cliff. Lions Head Provincial Park, I believe. Even though the West Coast gets the giant trees and they've got more old growth there left, I think right now there isn't one that's older than one in Ontario. So that's kind of cool. Almost there. So boardwalk section built here. In a couple of spots of this lake, they have what they call a cart trail. You can put your canoe or boat on a cart and wheel it to help people that access that way. And Now we are in Lake Lemure. So many of these logs here are actually left over from logging that got away. This lake, Lake Lemure, also has brook trout and lake trout. Headwater for the Little Madawaska. So there's not like a big inflow coming into it. I'm not sure that we're going to fish too much, because we do have to make time. It's either an osprey or a bald eagle nest. Sort of small for bald eagle, but we've seen them make ones that small. An osprey. As I got over, I noticed there was another one in the nest. The one from the distance flew over, landed in the nest together. Kind of a dramatic entrance. I could see them both looking down to sit on the egg. Looks like they just did a shift change. Really beautiful. Fortunate to capture that whole moment the way we did.
Pretty strong headwinds to head out on here.
That's a beast paddle across to make a crossing. And now we're hugging the shore and just kind of inching up the shore until we can make a turn over to the portage. Just approaching the portage. That was pretty tough going into a strong gusting headwind. Hooray! One last portage and then we're taking a campsite. Hopefully that wind dies. Gotta come back for the cameras. Definitely something that isn't enjoyable. I'm pretty exhausted. We're going to find a campsite. Hopefully it's not too far of a paddle. Looking forward to traveling this lake tomorrow. This is an awesome lake.
Good boy. Okay, well, we see a sight.
Let's take it if it's available.
Beautiful sight, dude. Look at how nice it is. Benches, fire pit overlooking the lake with a beauty white pine and a cedar. And look at this, gorgeous. The ground's all soft. Nice stand of red and white pines. Is that beautiful or what? We're just gonna be camped right here. Good amount of blowdown wood. Really nice spot. Great spot for it. Perfect. With our brook trout, I'm pairing it with spicy sausage bolognese. And there's Jim and I up here. Look at us. We're on our way over to the mall. You. Another delicious trout dinner. Yum. A little butter, tallow, and some Old Bay seasoning and some like lemon salt. Turned out really good.
There, okay.
Like just like a wally diver.
It looks like it's like 18,
20 kilometers we can call it.
Is this Whiskey Jack Lake? The one that we
Yeah.
looked at?
Pretty far.
Awesome day, beautiful falls, and we're catching brook trout, and it was just a fairy tale. We had a really nice experience with 2 osprey, a nesting pair, and saw them fly in, and both kind of stand on the nest and look down at their eggs. I don't think I've seen that before. This is why we come here, for like moments like that. Had a delicious trout dinner. We're getting into a section of the park, might hold some really large trout, so I'm very hopeful. It's gonna be a good day tomorrow. Time to go to bed. Catch you in the morning.
First thing we got to do is travel across this lake. We're gonna troll on the way, but then we have a series of portages. Got to go 21 kilometers, maybe a bit more. They're shorter, but there's still 4 of them, and 20 something kilometers in 4 portages. It's not an easy day, but it should be a good day though, because I'm looking forward to this section of river that we're getting into and maybe fish in some of these rapids. Anyway, I'll pack up and whimsically skedaddle out of here.
This way's north, no? Or maybe this way is north.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we just stayed right.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
We're going the right way, dude. This is right.
On the water, just launched from camp. Worked out really well for us. There's been a tornado. It's knocked down all these trees here. Actually, a lot of tornado activity in Algonquin Park. What a good boy. Yes, you are.
He wants to sit here so he gets more snuggles today. North is just great companion out here, right?
So if aliens flew down here and were like, we're going to talk to the master, they would think it was North. He's the one not doing anything, just being fed, not carrying a bag, just being paddled around like a king.
George Simpson, who was like a raging douche.
To the chief factor of the Hudson's Bay Company, and he'd sleep in the middle of the boat.
Was the Voyageurs paddle, but he'd hold his hand in the water. That way, yeah, he would wake up if they slowed down and yell at them. And they would carry him into the canoe so he wouldn't get his feet wet.
Oh,
Yeah.
how embarrassing.
So embarrassing, dude.
Try our hand fishing with a bit of a wally diver. It's a minnow lure with a lip that dives down.
Colors are a little more like silvery than what I like for Algonquin, where there's tannin color waters. I like the brownish oranges and golds here a lot more. But I think what's more important is the depth.
And it doesn't spin, so it won't spin my line. And I'm hoping that gives me a good chance.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, we got something going on here. That is a fish, Ted. That is a good fish.
You need a net?
Yo, I'm gonna need a net, yeah. Oh, dude.
Take your time.
I don't know if it's gonna fit in this net. Yeah!
Tank Laker.
Yeah! There we go. Look at that. That is a beauty lake trout. Nice fight. I'm gonna let this puppy go. Finally, this is the third time Ted and I have trolled across this lake, and the other times we've caught nothing. Anyways, yeah, the diving minnow lure has paid off.
We landed a lake trout. I mean, Jim did. He didn't have a diving lure, so I lent him mine. So I like to say I got the assist, and like many of Gretzky's assists, they were much more important than the goal even, really, so.
That was my biggest Algonquin Park lake trout. One of my best Algonquin Park trout fishing trips ever. Exhilarating.
So Jim has been out fishing me substantially on whatever lake that was, Hogan. He caught, what, like 6 brook trout. I didn't even catch one. Then he catches 4 at the outflow. I caught 2. And I had a lake trout, but now Jim's caught a way bigger one than me.
Yours was a good eating size though. That was really yummy.
I've still caught the biggest brook trout, so that I feel good about.
Oh, I just got a bite.
Here we go. This one's even bigger. Woo!
It's the lure. I never should have given him that lure. Just kidding.
Maybe it goes the right depth.
Right.
Gotta keep pressure on my line. Oh my God. Yeah!
Tank! Woo! Wow, dude.
Oh my God. Oh, there we go. That's gotta be almost 8 pounds. Look at that fish, guys. Let's let this big boy go. Yeah! Good clean release, eh? Wow, that was exciting. I'd like to thank Ted for lending me this lure and for my cousin Brad for giving it to him.
Just an absolute spin around, no look behind the back assist on that one by me.
I'm still shaking.
Literally within 100 meters, just slams another tank back to back, just whale lake trout. I should have used that lure, but I'm actually just happy anyone's caught it. Probably would have just bungled and been snagged and caught nothing if it was me.
Okay, now I just caught another one. I got this one on 6-pound test. This one was not even deep.
Could be a brook trout.
It feels like a lake trout. Oh my God.
Fight it. Just go slow.
I almost want to pass you my other rod.
Don't go too crazy.
Whoa!
Yeah!
What miracles are made of, ladies and germs.
Unreal, dude.
This one I caught not deep. Got that one. Yeah. It's a big one too. Woo!
What am I doing wrong?
I don't know.
Yeah!
That's what I caught this one on.
Huh. You using even any weight with that?
No.
Wow. This is the one I got on. I thought it would produce, but it's, you know.
Imagine how proud we'd be of ourselves if we were kids.
Yeah.
We used to try to catch lake trout as a kid. We had no idea what we were doing. We always thought they were this majestic, very hard to catch fish, but in a lot of ways they can be. But we would be so proud of ourselves, so excited if we were kids, looking at ourselves now as brothers, just slamming these big lake trout together. Actually kind of makes me feel like bursting into tears a little bit.
There is the outflow, and we're portaging around that.
Here's what we just portaged around. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, nice brook trout, baby. Nice little keeper. Right at the base of that mid-river boulder on the left.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Just lost one.
Whoa! Tank, bud, tank.
Let's go have a look at this trout that Jimmy has caught. Oh yeah, dude, that's a beautiful fish. Nice. All right, man.
My biggest brook trout of the trip so far. This is a special spot here. And I'm sad we have to leave, but we gotta leave. There's more rapids to fish. We gotta make distance today, so time to move on. In my best Algonquin Park trout fishing trip ever.
There's never enough time, is there? I brought these small leaders, but they ended up being like manufacturer defects. Well, I was doing much better when I had the small leaders that I was using. And then when I had to switch to this bigger one, it slowed down because it's just this big, gangly, ugly piece of metal. I snagged someone else's line and I pulled up this like brand new lure that they had lost. And it also has a leader, so I think I'm going to use their leader because it's a better size.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god.
Yes, baby, that's on the Rapala. Here we go. Whoa.
So it's safe to say I'm officially jealous and like feel like I don't have the right tackle. I don't know what it is, but today, not that I'm having a bad day, but today is not my day in comparison.
Got a good one on, Ted. Yes, baby. Ah, I caught that on the minnow lure.
Not my day. That's how it goes sometimes. I don't have the right flick of the wrist today. Still time to catch the world record. They seem to be like just below where a lake pours out or just up from where it pours in. And like the in-betweens have been duds. Oh yeah, that's a big one, Jim.
Oh my god, bud. It's huge.
Oh no! No! Worst netting of all time. Ugh, it's devastating. When I went to like go like this and pull it into my net, the drag like loosened and then I just put my net into the lure. So then the lure got tangled in my net. My last resort is to just try to lift it in the boat, but it's that heavy, so it didn't work and it broke off. But what's super strange is I was using this leader and it was clipped to a minnow lure, but the leader isn't unclipped. The lure itself broke. It was a brand new Rapella, so it must have been a defect. Thankfully, it wasn't like swallowed by the fish. Fish will be okay. I wasn't gonna keep it anyway, but it would have been nice to boat it. I'm still glad I got some action. Even though my angling error made me lose the fish, I'm starting to feel like maybe just like not catching as many wasn't only my fault.
Look at the green in that, eh? Never seen that before. There's a bit in this one too. Beautiful. Oh, that's dinner. Portage is a little rugged, but not too bad. There is what we just portaged.
Tried a few casts, but it's already 5, so we should move on.
There we go, baby. There we go.
Portage is on the right. Some fresh moose on. Starting to run out of time to see a moose, but that's promising.
How far is the portage?
Oh, I don't know. Okay, go on. Good boy. Beautiful little spot to cast here. We don't have really time, but we're going to, because that's just how we roll. We don't have any self-control over these things.
Helps making time when you're not just loading in on fish.
Beautiful spot. It's worth a couple casts, but we got to make distance.
Final portage of the day here. 370 meters or something. Not too bad. Pretty nice to get to camp though.
Heading for Catfish Lake, and we're hoping we don't have to travel too far. On jump on the first campsite we see. Hopefully it's not taken. You know, we're getting to camp late in the evenings on this trip, but that's pretty much because we decide to fish along the way. Today it's definitely been the way to go when it comes to landing some beautiful fish.
Headed back for the last load of the day. Looks like the weather has cleared up, which is really nice. It was looking like it was gonna rain. The wind was starting to blast, but wow, winds died, blue skies, just perfect.
Oftentimes fish will hold up in those little back eddies behind rocks and wait for food to float downriver, and they'll come out and hit it. So casting into the back eddies is a good idea. I just got a bite. sure we could catch one if we kept poking around, but it's already 7 and the first campsite is like 1.5 kilometers away, so we better motor.
So it's 7:35 and we are trying to find a campsite.
Looks like somebody's at that site at my 12.
There's one on that point and then there's one on that island. Oh, it looks like we found a site. It's like pretty easy water access. Just scouting this side out. It is like 7:35. We do see a nicer side across the way, so it's kind of like, do we go to the better side or we just take this one? Like a far walk from the freaking canoe. Like a portage. I mean, it's fine. I think it'll do. It's a bit of a walk to it, but it's flat, open, tons of wood because it's not used.
Yeah, it looks like no one's there. Do you want to go there? Yeah, Ted, let's head.
So we decided, because we're picky, to go to this other site. Probably is open, but we don't know for sure. We'll risk that we have to turn around and paddle back to that site. And that site was fine. It's just a little bushed in. And like you got to carry your bags like 60 meters just to get to it. But this one is just in the sun and it seems so wonderful that we're just heading over to it right now. Beautiful spot. Wow. Well, it is a gorgeous site. Look at this view. Wow. And the fire pit's actually put in a smart spot where it's a little block by some cedars. Nice benches, nice trout dinner. Nice spot here. Soft pine needle floor. Sweet. Yeah.
Right here, yeah, you got it.
It is time to eat my fish. Also having pancakes. My favorite part about pancakes after fish is they can taste like fish cakes.
A
What an incredible day of fishing. I mean, particularly for Jim, but really just in general. Incredible day. It's the stuff dreams are made out of. The skin's like crispy, blackened. Brook trout is absolutely delicious. My favorite freshwater fish.
See what we can do here. Oh, not bad.
Yes. Thank you, Jim.
Homemade maple syrup, nothing but the best.
Round 2 is pancakes. And they are yummy. Pancakes for dinner, every dinner.
Just like dessert, basically, right?
Amazing, eventful day. Jim caught so many fish today. It was just on fire. And I was right there with him, so it kind of felt like I was catching them too. In particular, the giant lake trout that I lost, but it felt like I caught. I really fought it up to the boat. So overall, just as a team effort, it was an amazing day for fishing, and just a beautiful day for exploring and stuff. Like I'm just loving this part of the park. I'm so glad we picked this route, and maybe do a similar route but a little bit different next time. So many different ways you can go and explore. Definitely they're on the itinerary for the future. Tomorrow is going to be an awesome day too, so just going to count my blessings, and I'm going to go to bed. Boop, boop, boop. Look how big it is. There's my hand. Just chilling. Hey, buddy. Good, you little frog. Yes, you're a very good boy. Good boy. Oh. Have a great night. North is sleeping in this morning. What a good boy. What a friendly boy. Oh, I can feel your little dog heart beating.
Good boy.
It's not going to be an easy day, so we better get on the water, but it is a beauty day. That's one thing that it definitely is. We are on the water. Can't ask for better conditions than we got right now. Can't beat somewhere in Ontario, man. No, where else I'd rather be. You're just swimming in this warm freshwater lake. There's just drink, just fire. Nobody else is there.
You blink and it's over. Making campfire nights in the land of the northern sky. Ooh, Canadian summer.
just approaching a little rapid here.
All right, I'm gonna go for it.
Oh, flipped something.
Yeah!
Nice.
Yeah, I stayed where there's more water, so I didn't hit anything. That was fun. All right. Good little run, eh? I moved up to the middle and I'm lighter.
Oh, smart, yeah. Yeah, Ted's got that ultralight canoe. Mine can take a couple lumps on the bottom, but it's not ideal. His can't. So I went and I actually kind of scraped him. And so Ted saw what I did and adjusted and just ran it completely clean. We just beat about a 100-meter portage there.
Oh no! Blew it.
Had a big one on. Man, right when we should probably be leaving.
Couple big ones in there.
One in between these rocks and the side.
Just didn't set the hook fast enough that time. Oh, it ripped off my tail on my swim bait. That was a big one, dude.
Got one.
Oh, yeah.
Worm-weighted hook.
Yes, Ted, a nice one.
Yes.
That's about all the time we have here, but fun, fun. Definitely fun. Ted caught a nice one.
Just arriving at the portage. 2.4 kilometer beast. This is a long one. And man, it's a warm day. I'm glad it's a nice day, but some of those cooler days, you appreciate the weather for these carries. You don't get so hot.
Just saw barf on the ground. Barf coming up this hill. Appropriate place to barf.
Close to the end. Yes! The finish line. Woo! Oh, that was a sufferfest. Yeah! Woo. Trip 2. There it is. There's the end. Oh man. Well, that was a tough one. We did good though. Basically just took 2 breaks.
Well, that was exhausting. And you know what? I'm not gonna cast here. I feel really weird leaving a potential fishing spot and not casting. Oh no, it's coming out. Maybe one casty poo. I almost had a big one on, and I'm sure if I tried there for longer, a couple different techniques, I would have got one, but we don't have that kind of time.
approaching the second last portage of the day. Sounds like a big falls. Definitely don't want to go over that puppy. Wow. What a waterfall, eh? Just beautiful. Let's get a little closer. Wow! Unreal! Smells so good, so fresh and clean. Oh, one of my favorite smells in the world. Unreal. Even a little rainbow. What an awesome trip. Something else.
Is this the tallest waterfall in Algonquin Park? I don't know, it might be. Blueberry Falls on the Crow River is huge too.
Definitely got to be up there with volume.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's as tall. This final portage actually passes a grave. June 1888. The cross has been obviously kept in good shape. You can see the old crosses hung up behind it, but this was almost definitely a logger who died in a log drive going down the rapid that we're portaging around. There's a fair amount of old graves around many of the rapids in the timber country and throughout Algonquin, even from log drivers who drowned.
Look at that. Wow. Well, just coming down the home stretch here from the Petawawa into Cedar Lake, where we started our adventure 7 days ago. What a trip it has been, from the weather we've had, to the upriver travel, to the slogs, the brook trout dancing on their tails, world-class trophy trout, to Jim's day yesterday, just one of the most epic fishing days, I'd say, for him of his whole life, especially for Algonquin Park.
Look at that fish.
Amazing campsites, beautiful scenery. I accomplished 3 of my 4 goals. I caught a lake trout, I caught a brook trout at least 3 pounds, and I got in better shape. I didn't see a moose, but hey, 3 out of 4 ain't bad. And to cap it off at the base of this gorgeous waterfall.
What an ending point to the trip.
Beautiful place we live and get to visit. If you want to see another one of these, hit subscribe and follow along for some more. Until next time, tight lines.
Just rounded a point here on Cedar Lake, and I see the takeout. Another trip in the books, another amazing adventure. We did it.
Yeah!